Hello YouTube, I'm going to be exceptionally quiet as soon as I open my door, and I'll tell you why. I'm at the Bellevue Hyatt, and Kaylee Hyde, Owl Say Hoot, is staying right across the hall from me. And if you listen very carefully through her door, I'm not a creep, I heard it as I was going to my room, you can hear her vlog. Let's go check it out. And it was indeed fascinating. Before I talk about all my magical fun times in Nintendo, I'm going to address some points I made in my previous video that seemed a bit misconstrued. This is the international symbol of misconstruction. I got quite a few comments that were something along the lines of, I'm subscribed to Niga. Sorry. No, don't be sorry. If you like the videos, you should be subscribed. And I wasn't saying that Niga has bad content. I was just saying I was surprised that they're #1 because it seems like there's not a whole lot of chatter about them. Like, whenever Wheezywaiter releases a new video, everybody's all over it. Everybody's talking about the new Wheezy video. But I've never heard anyone talk about the new Niga video. That being said, as a lot of you pointed out, I lack in the Asian Friends department, so maybe that could be it. It's not my fault my town is predominantly white. Well, not totally my fault. I mean, I'm contributing to that, but, you know, it's not a purpose or anything. So yeah, Nintendo, woohoo! That was fun. They didn't allow us to film inside the building outside of this one room we were all in, and I'll show you some of that later. This clip is the only other thing that I filmed at Nintendo. They have soccer fields outside, and they're all beautifully manicured. It's a very, very nice building. So we walked into the building, and we were sent to a room with 3 big screen TVs, and then leather couches and tables everywhere with just tons of 3DS systems. When we checked in, they each gave us a name tag and an SD card so we could like plug it into the systems and save stuff to it that we wanted to keep. While we were sitting there waiting, we were all allowed to play with the systems, and I picked one up and started playing with it, and I was like, oh, I want to put in the SD card. And I didn't realize this, but when you put in the SD card to a Nintendo 3DS, you're supposed to put it in upside down. I didn't know that. So I just put it in. It didn't feel like I was forcing it, and then I tried to take it out, and it wouldn't come out. So at that point, I had the fun task of walking up to somebody who worked in Nintendo saying, hey, you know your brand new $250 system? I just jammed an SD card in it the wrong way. Lucky for me, the guy was really nice. He was like, oh, it happens all the time, no problem, I'll fix it. But I'm sure inside he just thought I was the biggest idiot on the planet. But they did get it out, and that's what counts. After that, we were spoken to by the president of Nintendo of America, fils-aime. I'm sorry, it was just a beautiful moment. And he talked to us for about 5 minutes, but I'm just going to skip to the part where he tells us that we all get a free Nintendo 3DS.
That each of you, at the end of the day today, will get your own Nintendo 3DS.
And here's mine. We sort of match. Not real. Now we do. Now we don't. Now we do. Now we don't. Ho 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 ho. So yeah, here it is. It is a nice little system. And you open it up. And I'm playing Pilot Wings Resort. Because I like to fly airplanes and go through rings and hoops and stuff. That was cool. The 3D definitely does work. I promise. I can't show you because it doesn't show up on the camera, but just go down to a GameStop, get your hands on it, and you will see. It really works. And that is my me effeminately standing next to Hank Hill, who is having none of it. So yeah, it's a very nice system. I really enjoy it. If you have any questions at all about it, down in the comments, ask me, and I will get back to you and tell you everything you need to know. Nintendo was great and magical and as wonderful as you'd expect Nintendo to be. After the summit, I went back to my hotel, which was like attached to a mall, which was a really neat setup. So I walked out of my room into the mall, and I was in Nordstrom's, and sometimes they have people playing the pianos there. And I noticed this guy was playing like a kind of classical sounding piano rendition of Weezer's Island in the Sun. I was like, that's really cool. So I went over to get a closer look. And this guy, the only way I can describe him is he looked like Wheezywaiter, except mean. Just had this look on his face like he didn't want to mess with him. He was really into it. He wasn't paying attention to anything else, just playing his Island in the Sun. I was standing there watching, and this small, maybe 3-year-old kid walks over, and he looks at the piano, and he looks at the guy playing. And he's really interested, and he walks over, and just presses the very last key. He just makes a boom. And immediately, Wheezywaiter's evil twin stops, and he looks at the kid. And while he's looking at the kid, he closes the piano, picks up his music, and walks away. So me and a couple of the other people standing there were just stunned that this guy was enough of a jerk to just stop his performance because a 3-year-old pressed a key on the piano. I was really just disgusted by how poorly this guy handled the whole situation. Lamar Wilson and Wilson Tech 1, what do you think?
Man, that is messed up!
I concur. I want to end this video with a happier story. When I was in the airport waiting to go home, I was just sat down playing my video games, and there's a family, a mom, a dad, and a 7-year-old kid behind me. And they're also waiting for their flight. And I hear the kid go, "Dad! Dad! Dad, my eye's twitching! Dad, why is my eye twitching?" And the dad looks at him and goes, "I don't know, son." And the kid goes, "Dad, you're a scientist!" What a useless scientist. Okay, that's all for this time. Bye. Why am I waving like that?